This is Lock and Load Show's GNN, Gun Nation News, where we look at gun stories and issues making the headlines and back pages. I'm Andy Waits. Lose a gun in Pittsburgh or just have it stolen, and you must report it. That's the law in Pittsburgh, unless the NRA wins a lawsuit they filed against the mayor and city council. The NRA says the city has no authority to regulate firearms ownership, and that the law severely restricts and or infringes your Second Amendment rights. The law went into effect in December, and the NRA filed their suit Friday, April 24th in Allegheny County Court. We'll keep you updated on that. A Texas state representative wants to prevent a repeat of the Virginia Tech massacre by allowing trustworthy students to carry concealed weapons on campus. Garland Republican Joe Driver introduced a bill to the Texas House. Driver said, "The only people not carrying guns on college campuses now are the people that abide by the law. Criminals know campuses are a gun-free zone, and they know they can go there and only find an occasional policeman. So we want to expand the zones where gun owners who are licensed to carry concealed weapons can protect themselves and others." Since the Virginia Tech tragedy 2 years ago, 19 states have rejected similar laws. Local and state police both scrambled to a parking garage in a mall in Annapolis, Maryland. They converged on 8 juveniles and a couple of 18-year-olds who were playing with airsoft-type guns that resembled rifles and handguns. The police received reports that the youths were passing one supposed firearm from person to person. One witness says somebody pointed a gun in their direction. The teens were all arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and reckless endangerment. In our Shoot Your Mouth Off segment, concerns over President Obama's intentions are making many gun enthusiasts a bit nervous. You may have seen the petitions in gun stores and sporting goods shops across America asking the president to leave our guns alone. A report from the Department of Homeland Security cites several supposed security risks and suggests that those who purchase legal firearms and ammunition and oppose laws that restrict the Second Amendment should be watched as potential terrorists. We asked ordinary Americans to shoot their mouth off about their concerns regarding the Obama administration's take on gun rights.
He's our national icon at this time, and it'd just be nice for him to respect our wishes, that we would like to have our rights and we would like to be able to protect ourselves, because once we take the guns away from people like me and my husband and obviously you guys, then who's going to have them? It's going to be the bad people that are going to hurt me, and I'm not going to get rid of my gun. The
Pentagon's non-lethal weapons program is a waste of money, according to a new report from the Government Accountability Office. The GAO report says the no-kill weapons program has cost $400 million since 1996 and created 0 useful weapons. Here's what we're talking about. You might remember the active denial system, or pain ray. It focuses microwaves on a target's skin. Intense pain, but no lasting effect. Works great on a group of journalists that were inadvertently zapped during a demonstration a few years back. It takes 16 hours to warm up, though. Weighs in at 9 tons. It's so complicated it can't be fixed in the field. So after spending $55 million, the DoD decided not to deploy it overseas. They are still tweaking it, however. And there are other programs that have fizzled entirely. The mobility denial system, aka slippery foam that makes the roads impassable, used way too much water. 8 years to figure that one out. And don't forget laser dazzlers. This device temporarily blinds mobs, but the report says this non-lethal weapon is dangerous. Several GIs had their vision impaired, at least one permanently, when they were accidentally nailed by lasers from a truck-mounted dazzler. And finally, speaking of getting nailed, police in Australia are looking for the gun used in the brutal murder of a Chinese immigrant. The gun they're looking for is a nail gun. Look at this X-ray of a 27-year-old Chinese immigrant. According to the first post, about 35 3-inch nails were shot into the victim's skull last year. His bound and decomposing body was found by kids in a marsh in southern Sydney. Cops say they've never seen a murder of this nature using a nail gun, so that's why they've released the picture, hoping to get information from the public. Well, that's it for this edition of GNN, Gun Nation News, from Lock and Load Show, where our First and Second Amendment rights intersect. I'm Andy Waits. Thank you for joining us.